In this video, we'll start building the blog section. First off, we'll work on the posts archive page, which is our blog page. We want the blog page to look like this. This page has a title bar at the top and then a 2-column layout. On the left, we have the blog posts, and on the right, we have our sidebar. We also have pagination in place. If you notice, we've got 6 posts on one page. This can be configured in the reading settings page. Let's head over to WP Admin and take a look at the reading settings. The number that you see here controls how many blog posts are displayed on your blog archive pages on a single page. Since we want 6 posts, I'll specify the number 6 and hit save. Now, in order to design the layout of this page, we need to create a template. The type of template would be archive in this case, and let's also specify a meaningful name. I'll call it blog posts archive and create the template. This is what we are gonna build. Let's start with the title bar. I'm opening the curriculum page. Let's copy the title bar, paste it here, and call it blog. Our blog page has a 2-column layout, and we already have that layout on the curriculum page. So why not copy this entire section and paste it here as well? Obviously, we need to delete everything inside the left column while the sidebar will remain the same. Let me quickly delete all these widgets. So all the widgets are now gone. Let's hit publish. We need to add a display condition for this template. The default is all archives, which would simply cause this template to be applied to all archive pages, not just blog post archives. In our case, we want this template to be applied to the blog page, which is our posts archive page. So let's select posts archive and hit save. If we now reload the blog page, you'll see that the template has been applied. Now we need to work on the left column. In order to work on it, we need some blog posts to play with. We have one post at the moment. Let's add a featured image to this post. I'll use a dummy image of size 800 by 450 pixels. Let's quickly clone this post to have 8 to 10 posts to play with. You can use this bulk actions dropdown to clone more than one post in a single shot. I think I have enough posts to work with. All the cloned posts are drafts at the moment, meaning that they are not yet visible on the front end. We can use this quick edit feature to quickly change the title and publish a post. Let me do it for all the posts. Well, we'll also need an excerpt for all the posts. I forgot this while creating and cloning the post. So let's go ahead and put in an excerpt for this post. We'll see its utility later in this video. There is a nice website called lipsum.com from where you can quickly copy lorem ipsum text. I'll copy this small snippet and use this as the excerpt. In fact, let's go ahead and use the same snippet in the post's body as well. Once done, hit update. Since I forgot to do this earlier, I'll now have to do this for each of the posts. Another option is to delete the other posts and quickly clone the first post. Let me just do it for one more post and proceed. I'll add excerpts to other posts when required. In order to have blog posts in the left column on our page, we need to make use of Archive Posts widget. On desktops, we need to display 2 blog posts in one row. On tablets too, let's go with 2 blog posts in a row. While on mobiles, we just need 1 post per row. I'll select full as the image size. In order to calculate the image ratio, I'll open calculator and divide the height of the image by its width. So 450 divided by 800 gives us 0.5625. Let's use this number as the image ratio on all devices and specify an image width of 100%. For the blog post title, I want an h2 tag to be used. I do not want comments to be displayed, so I'll remove this from metadata. For pagination, let's select previous and next and remove this page limit from here because I want all posts to be displayed. Under advanced, you can modify the message that is displayed in case there are no blog posts. Let's move on to the Style tab and configure the gap between columns and rows. I want to have a gap of 30 pixels between the blog posts, so I'll have 30 pixels for both columns and rows gap. Image spacing controls how much space you have between the image and the post title. Let's go with a spacing of 20 pixels. Now, because of my mistake that I committed earlier, we do not have excerpts in all the posts. That's the reason we are not seeing them here. But to style the widget properly, we want to have excerpts for these posts so that we have something to look at. So let's update the template and have excerpts for all the posts. You know how to do it. Let me fast forward it. All done. Let's reload this template. There you go. Sorry to make it annoying and confusing. Anyway, let's move on. Let's style the title of the post. And have a spacing of 10 pixels below the title. For post meta, let's change the color. Have a size of 15 pixels and a space of 10 pixels below the post meta. Let's now style our favorite component, the post excerpt. I'll go with a size of 16 pixels. And now style the read more link. For pagination, let's go with a font size of 16 pixels and a font weight of 700. For nothing found message, I'll go with a font size of 18 pixels. Once done, hit update. If we reload the blog page, it looks better, but it still is missing some styling that we want to have. For example, we want these borders around each blog post, and there is this nice padding on all four sides. Then down at the bottom, we have styled these pagination links. Now, in order to have this look, we'll apply some CSS styles. I'll make these available to you as well. Let's upload the file, clear the cache, and reload the page. There you go, our page has been transformed. We have these nice boxes. Our pagination links look great. And with this, our blog posts archive page is ready. See you in the next video.